Hi everyone, am I audible, visible to all of you? Hi, how are you? Yes, visible, audible, good. Yes, loud and clear. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So you know the agenda for today. We are going to discuss a quant-based puzzle. In fact, since this is the first session of the series, I'll go a little light on this. So it will not be a very tough question. But the idea is to introduce you to the concept of quant-based puzzles. Yes. Before that, for those of you who are interested, this is the latest batch that we started. So it has just started today itself. So it was the first class. If you want to study with us in English, this is the batch for you. So this would have four teachers: Ravi sir, Apoor sir, Nikita ma'am, and I would be taking the classes. So if you believe that English is the language for you, this is the batch for you, right? And the subject wise courses are also available here in this, so you can just enroll in the complete thing, or by in quant it'll be by Ravi sir and Apoor sir, or VRC, which would be taken only by Nikita ma'am. And this is the next option, LRDI, which would be taken by Apoor sir and I. So these are the options for you. If you think that this makes sense for you, you can go for this. Coming back to our session, as I said, this would be about quant-based puzzles. If you have looked at the paper of CAT 25, all the puzzles or many of the puzzles there are actually quant-based, grid-based. So it's uh, a very varied type, in the sense that a lot of questions can actually come from it. In quant-based puzzles, a lot of stuff can be put in the category of quant-based puzzles. So it's wide, it's unpredictable, in the sense a lot of it can come from it. But those people who were comfortable with quant-based puzzles actually did well in CAT 25, because if you look at the predictable types, there were not many. There were some notable exceptions that way. Many of the types that generally come were missing in CAT 25. But when it comes to quant-based, grid-based puzzles, there were many of them. So this is the type that we're going to discuss today. Not a tough question. It'll be very manageable. And the idea would be to introduce you to the concept of how to go about it, right? So I'm taking a session tomorrow as well. I'll take a slightly tougher one, and this would be very, very manageable, right? Should we go ahead with this? Should I show you the session? I show you the question now. Right. So I have put the question on the screen now. This is exactly the type that has appeared in CAT 25. The difficulty level can be up and down. That's always there. But yes, these are the kind of questions that appeared in CAT 25. Many of them were very manageable, but because they were stuffed in between slightly tougher questions, many people could not attempt them as well. So here, I would want you to attempt this question on your own. Just do whatever you can do with this. Just try your best. It's quite manageable, as I already said. I'll explain this step by step, gradually, very slowly. All of you will understand. I'll also tell you what do you look at in questions like this. So even if you crack this, it would be worth listening to the explanation. Please get started. Attempt this question. Yes, Subhajit, what is your concern about this? If you're studying from distance, this is still okay. I mean, when you decide about whether you should do an MBA or not, you should not think about whether you're doing from distance or a regular course or a correspondence course. It doesn't make a difference. Think about how it's going to help you. So if you believe that an MBA falls into your plans, this is going to give your career a boost, by all means, go for it. Could you understand, Subhajit? Yes, I would not say that they would take it as a negative thing or anything like that. You'll have to explain your decision behind going for a correspondence course or distance learning. It's just that they would not reject you for this reason. You'll need to tell them, explain to them why you did that. This is the thing. Don't think too much about it. Work on doing well in CAT and other exams and should be okay. No, Harish, this would be fine. So just focus a bit on it. I'll tell you, it can be solved quite easily. Don't worry about it. दिमाग नहीं घूमेगा, it'll be fine. It's a good question and very relevant for CAT. The kind of questions that appeared this year are of this type. Many of them. Good, good, Harish. Continue. Solve the complete thing. जितना कर सकते हो, Harish, you should not ask anyone this question. You should just think about how much can I work. So if you can put in 100 units of work, why would you put 90 if I say so? Do you understand? अगर 100 यूनिट्स कर सकते हो तो करो. डोंट थिंक अबाउट काम में काम चल सकता है. नो. If your dream is to get into IIMs, you have to work for it. Work really hard for it. So take no chances. Work as much as you can. Whatever your schedule allows, just put in all those hours into it. Okay, which last line? Just a minute. Look, these are four performers, right? S1, S2, S3, S4. So it means that whatever order it was, we don't know the strict order, but S1 performed before S2 at some point, before S2 and after S3. So the relative order of S1, S2, S3 would be S3, S1, S2, right? Because S1 performed before S2, उसके पहले किया होगा, and after S3. So S3 must have started and then S1 and then S2. Among these three, that is the meaning. After S3 means S3 did the act first, and then after that, at some point, S1 did. That is the meaning. Siva, get me the answers. Take another 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, but give me the correct answers. There is no scope for maybe in comparative exams. You're aware of that, no? So solve it fully. Do your best, try your best. I'm going to explain every step. Don't worry about that. In very simple terms, right? You'll understand. But before that, whenever you have time, you still have time in hand, right? To give it that time and try and solve it on your own. Solve it complete, Harish. शिवा, check again, ठीक से करो. Pay attention. Harish, do it carefully. Do it carefully. No, Harish, that's incorrect. Yes, Vanshika, that's correct. Very good. Just complete it. Vanshika, complete it. You're on the right track. Shiva, could you find the mistake in this? Check again. Harish, that's not the answer. Hey, should I discuss this or give you a clue as to how to proceed in this? Should we discuss, Vanchika? Harish, कर लें इसको? Should we do it? Siva, where are you? Okay, let's discuss this then. Okay, let's see what it says. In a stand-up comedy show, four artists, S1, S2, S3, S4. Remember this? These are the names of these four artists, S1, S2, S3, S4. So it's got nothing to do with the order in which they performed, right? They performed their acts in some order, which is fine. Some order means we don't know who performed first, who performed second. So they performed in some order. A person could buy a ticket to watch the acts of exactly one, two, three, or all four performers. So one could choose to watch just one of them, two of them, three of them, or all four of them. So all the options are there. Ticket prices were $10, $18, $24, and $28 for watching exactly one, two, three, four. So it's like you can say that if you want to watch multiple performers, then in that case you can buy the tickets in bulk, or you can just club them and get some discount. So it's like that. So what's happening here is that, look at this. So if you want to watch just one of them, S1, S2, S3, S4, just one of them, then you need to watch this one means you'll have to pay $10 for it. If you want to watch two people, two acts, right? So this would be this two. So two means you'll have to, for two, pay $18. So $18 would mean what? It would be 18 by 2, $9 per act. Do you understand the difference? So if you're watching just one, then you're paying 10. If you're watching two, then you're paying just 9. So I'm just going to write them here. So it's like that. So if somebody is interested in watching just one performer here, so how much would the person be paying? $10. If it's two, how much would the person be paying? If you look at this part here, $18 for two acts. So 18 by 2 will be $9 per act. Likewise, if we continue, if you look at the next ones here, this is $24. If you want to watch three acts, 24 by 3 is 8. It means if somebody is interested in watching three acts, it would be $8 per act. And likewise, the last one here would be, it's $28 for all four performers. If you're okay with watching all four. So in that case, what would be the cost for you per act? 28 by this 4, which would be 7. Or you can just think of it like that. So ऐसे देख सकते हो that if you're watching just one, 10 per act, 2, 9 per act, so 2 into 9, 18 would be a total expenditure. If you want to watch three of them, any three of them, then it'll be 8 per act, so 8 into 3, total expense would be 24. And if you want to watch all four, then it'll be 7. 4 into 7, 28. So it's like that. So this is the order in which, or this is the exact breakup of their expenditure, right? All of you would be fine with this, right? अब आंसर देना बंद करो. Let's just look at this. Yes, your answers are correct, Kalpana. Very good. But just look at this explanation. Right. Okay. How do we move forward then? What does it say after that? Okay. A person buying a ticket for fewer than 4 acts could choose any subset of performers. So there is no restriction. So if you want to watch just two people, it can be S1, S2, S1, S3, S2, S4, S4, any combination that is possible, which is obvious, but it's written here explicitly. The ticket amount paid by a person was divided equally among the performers whose acts that person watched. What would that mean? So if somebody watched 3 performers, let's say, I mean, any person pays for 3 performers, how much would he then pay? $24. So that would be $8 per act. what would happen is that if the person has watched the acts of S1, S2, S3, so S1, S2, S3 would get $888 each. Fine. If somebody watches all four, so how much would that person pay? $28. So $28 would then be distributed among the four performers. So S1, S2, S3, S4, everybody would get $7. Again, simple data here. Example the other way. For example, if a person watched the acts of S1, S2, S3, and then each of these three performers received 24 by 3. Why 24 by 3? Because for three performers, it's 24. $24, three performers, 24 by 3, everybody gets $8. Simple data. The same rule applies when a person watches 1, 2, or 4 acts. It's obvious only. If it's 1, then one person gets paid. But if it's 2, then each one would get $9. If it's 3, $8. And if it's all 4, then $7 each, right? What we now know is only 5 people ABCD bought tickets for the show. So the complete audience here is restricted to these 5 people, ABCDE, and some additional facts are given here. So it says ABC spent this much, so 18, 24, 10 they spent. So for example, if you look at this C here, C is special. Why? C spent $8. Fine. So $10. So if C spent $10, what is the meaning? That C must have watched just one performer. Fine. $10. How can $10 happen when you're watching one performer? But we don't know which is the performer. Likewise, D didn't watch the third act, which was performed by S4. Now, there is some order in which they have performed the acts. So what we know here from this statement is that the third act was performed by S4. We've got some order. Likewise, some data is given for C, and the statement that you were asking was this: S1 performed before S2 and after S3. Now, what we know is if you combine this statement here with this one, you can get their relative order, and the questions are there. So what I'll do is I'll remove these questions and draw a table kind of a structure. First, tell me if you are okay till the stage. I mean, I'm sure nobody would have a problem here. Yeah, Kalpana, Vanshika, Harish, Shiva, you understand? Should I move? चलो आगे चलते हैं. Okay, so let me just remove this table from here and draw or remove those questions from here. It's the same data, just remove this to make some space and got this table here. Now, how would we make this table? It would be a structure in which these would be, we can call them the people who are buying the tickets. You know that these are only 5 people, A, B, C, D, E. So I'll put them here. This would be A, B, C, D, and E. These are the people who paid. Now here in this, you'll get the names of the performers, S1, S2, S3, S4. But what we'll do is we'll write them in order. Fine. So what is the meaning? To make it simple, we'll write them in order. So here I'll write the name of the performer who performed first. Here, the second one. Here, the third one. And here, the fourth one. Right now, we still do not know their order. What we know is this guy's order here. Just look at statement 2. D did not watch the third act, which was performed by S4. So when it says the third act, don't confuse with this S3 and all. No, third act means the act which was performed third in order. So some act must have been performed first, then second, then third, then fourth. And this is what I'm writing here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the order of the acts. So when it says D did not watch the third act, which was performed by S4, and it's obvious from here as well. No? So what this statement here, this part basically means is that S4 did not perform the third act. So here, this is, S4 performed the third act. So here, what we can write using this statement 2 directly is that S4 did the third act. So here, this guy is definitely S4. We can write it and it makes the job slightly easier. Now you are asking here about these statements. How would this matter? Now, once through this, we know that the third guy to perform or the third performer was S4. Their order can be fixed. What does it say? Just read it again. S1 performed before S2 and after S3. So if I just write their relative order, I'm looking at this statement here, right? If I look at this statement and write their relative order, so S1 performed before S2. So it should be like that, S1, S2. So S1 performed before S2 and after S3. So S1 performed after S3. So what should be their relative order? It should be like that. Can we say that? It would be like that. Now, if you look at this order here, S1 performed before S2. You can see this S1 performed before S2. Assume that they are moving in this order, right? So this guy comes before this and after this. This comes before S1 and S2. So S1 performed before S2 and after S3. So S3, then S1, then S2. So S3, S1, S2. But it is their relative order of these three, S1, S2, S3. Now, if you have to look at all four, this place is already occupied. This is the third one, S4, which we got from here. So it means that if you have to put in S3, S1, S2 somewhere here, how would they come? The first one would be S3, second S1, and the fourth one here, because this place is occupied already, would be S2. Let me just put them here then. So it would be like that. This becomes S3, this becomes S1, and this becomes S2. Right? So S3, S1, S4, S2. This becomes their order. Fine. So he performed first, then this guy, then this, and this. S3, S1, S4, S2 becomes their order. How did we do this? By working on this one first, fixing this, and then through this statement, getting their relative order, which is this, and plugging it into this thing. I hope this is okay with everyone. यहाँ तक समझ में आता है सबको? Yeah, Harish, any issue? Okay. What do we do next? When you look at this, since we have got these orders and everything, I mean, just remember one thing. Whenever we do a puzzle, whenever we do an LRDI question or anything, just try and put in as much data into it, the structure, the table, whatever, as possible. Now, when you look at this, what are the parts that are directly given? Just fill them up. For example, it says ABC spent $18, $24, $10 respectively. ABC. So can we write this here? So A would spend here, 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 somewhere, whichever acts A saw, fine. But this total would be 18. So can I write this 18 here? So this becomes 18. Likewise, if you look at this B is 24. So this becomes 24. And this becomes 10. Can you understand this? I picked from here. ABC spent 18, 24, and $10 respectively. So this is A. A spent 18, B spent 24, C spent 10. Fine. We still don't know about D and E, so we'll leave them like that. If you look at this one, look at this third statement, S1, S2, S3, and S4. These are S1, S2, S3, S4 in some other order. Earned 25, 24, 25, 24. So basically, if it's S1 earned 25. So S1, whatever S1 earns, fine, would come here. So S1 would earn from A, B, C, D, E, whatever. But whatever is the earning of S1 would be put in these cells only, these 5 cells, maximum 5 cells. So it can be 2 people, 3 people, whatever. But the earning would be written over here. But what is the total earning of S1? S1 earned $25 and all. So here it should be 25. So let's just write this 25 here. Right. So 25 would be the sum of these cells. A few of these cells would sum up to 25. So likewise, we can write it for S2, S3, S4, all of them. So S2 is this $24. So S2 is 24. So let's write just 24 here. All right. And when you look at this S3 is 25 again. So this becomes 25. This is S3. This becomes 25. And this is S4. S4 is 24. So this is S4. This is 24. So what have I done till now? I have put, apart from deducing this order, I have put everything that was mentioned here in this table. So now we have made use of this. We have made use of this. And this is left. What does this say? D didn't watch the third act. Now, when it says D did not watch the third act, which is the third act, which is performed by S4. So can I put a cross here? So what this tells me is that I don't know what D spent, but D did not spend on watching S4. Right? D did not watch the third act. So whatever D spent must have come from this, and this, these 3 cells. Likewise, S4 must have got some money from some of these people, some of these 5 people. What we know for sure is, since D did not watch S4, the third act, which was done by S4, it means that S4 must not have got any money from D. So this should be crossed. So this 24 should be the sum of a few of these cells. This one, this one, this one, but definitely not this one and this one, right? Likewise, C did not watch the first act, which is the first act, the one done by S3. So C did not watch the first act. I'm looking at this statement. Statement 2, second part. C did not watch the first act. So C not the first act. So what would I do? I'll put a cross here. Now, what does this cross mean? That C did not pay to S3, S3 did not get any money from C here. Like, so this is what is given here. We have just tabulated in a way which is neat, through which we can work on it. Now tell me something, the important point through which we crack this set. If S3, S1, S4, S2 got this much money, is $25, $25, $24, $24, can I say this sum, the total money that was earned by these four performers was $98? When we sum these four numbers, this number, this number, this number, and this number, how much would this give us? This will give us $98, right? So this is that $98. Now, if they got these $98 must have been paid by these five people only, A, B, C, D, E. So we know how much A paid, 18, B 24, C 10, but these two are left. So if I add them up and subtract from 98, can I say I would get the sum here? So this is what I'm going to do here. So if I do this, 98 minus 18 plus 24 plus 10, what am I going to get here? I will get, this is 98 minus 52, this will become 46. Right. So what is this 46 then? 46 is the sum of this one and this one, these two cells. Now, if this is the sum here, you would feel like, I mean, it can be any numbers, but this cannot be any numbers. Anybody here who got this money, who did this, can just pay in these denominations. Can we say that? The ticket prices were irrespective of how many performers you're interested in watching. Can I say one has got option of only paying $10 or $18 or $24 or $28? You cannot just pay $12 or $17, anything like that. So this 46 has to be a sum of these numbers. Now, what do you do? Just some use of numbers. That's why these are called quant-based puzzles, right? When you look at this, can this have a 10? Just think about this. Can this be made using a 10? I mean, if I just show it to you here separately, can this be formed using a 10? Bana sakte hain kya? Can we make that? No. The problem would be if I do this, 10 plus something is equal to 46. And you will not write this. You'll just think like that. When you do something like that, what would be the number here? You'll think of it mentally. 36. Can I say 36 to possibly nahi? 36 to is not there, no? This is 28 maximum. So with 10, it cannot happen. So what we know is that whatever is this sum, there is no scope for 10 here, because this is made up of two numbers, right? I can just put it like that. This has got two components, this 46. One would come here and one would come here. Now, if this is made up of two parts, 10 cannot be one of the parts, right? Because the tickets are paid like that, because 10 would need a 36. We don't have a 36. We have just these numbers. Can 18 be a part? Yes, 18 can be a part. 18 plus what would give you 46? 18 plus 28, right? So 18 plus 28, what do you have to check? Do you have a 28 here? Yes, so it looks perfect. 18, 28 combination looks perfect here. But before putting it here, what we also need to check is, this is going to work fine. Can we make it using 24? I mean, if you look at this, can this be done using 24? So we need to check all the possibilities. So if this is 24, again, no need to write this. I'm just writing this for explanation. So if this is 24, this is 46, it'll require a 22. If it requires a 22, that 22 would come here. But here, there is no option of a 22, right? So if it's not there, this is not there, we can say that this 24 is also ruled out. So the way we said, it cannot have a 10, it cannot have a 22, 24 as well. So this 10 and 24 ruled out. The only possibility is that when we do it using 18 and 28. So these two here are ruled out. This is gone. This is gone. I showed you why, and you can eliminate this mentally. And this 46 would be just made of these 18 and 28. So what we know from this is that one of these would come here and the other one would come here. Can you tell me quickly which one would come where? 18. Can 28 come here? Just think like that. Can I put a 28 here? The reason I cannot put a 28 here is that 28 means, what is the meaning of 28? That the person watched all 4 acts, right? But what does this cross mean? And this is the reason why we put everything like that here, especially in these grid-based, quant-based puzzles, right? If this cross is there, What it means is that at the max, this guy D must have watched 3 shows, this one, and this one, but not all 4. So somebody paying a $28 would watch all the 4 shows. So it means if this 46, this remaining part is broken up into 2 parts, 18 and 28, this cannot be 28 because this is crossed here. Fine. So this 28 has got just one possibility, this one. So this becomes a 28 and this becomes an 18. So I'll put it like that here. So this is 18 and this is 28. If this is 28 here, what we also know is that 28, there is no other option. 28 can be formed just like this. Fine. 4 into 7. So it means what? That these E must have paid here 7, 7, 7, 7. There is no other option. So we can just put them like that. So this basically becomes 7 here. This is 7. This is 7 and this is 7. So the situation becomes like that. This is $28 which E paid, and E paid $7 to each person. S3, S1, S4 and S2. Now this was all given in the question, and this is 18. We still do not know the breakup of this 18. Is it clear to everyone till this point? Let me just look at your comments. Can you understand, Harish? Yeah, Harish, that is the way you do these questions, no? You make similar kind of tables. Vanchika, Harish, can you understand till this point? Khatam kare isko? Yeah. चलो आगे चलते हैं. Let's move ahead. Right. Now you have caught this and it has made your job easier, because now when you realize this, all these numbers are to add up to these values. So whatever these cells are, I still don't know. There can be some crosses here as well. No, it doesn't mean if this is crossed, it doesn't mean we'll have all the numbers here. No, it can be. In fact, if you look at this, there'll be one more cross at least, because when we look at the numbers, all the numbers would be of this form only: 10, 9, 8, 7. Anybody cannot pay less than 7, cannot pay more than 10. You know the reason already. So it means what? I mean, when you look at this is just for understanding. If this, look at this 18, since 7 is the minimum one will pay, so this 18 cannot be formed using 3 numbers. So at least one cross would be there, or exactly one cross would be there here, where we do not know. Now when you have to fill this up, there are 2 things that you will do, and listen to this part. This is important. When I'm writing this 18, 24, 10, and this is all gone, but you will, it's a good practice that you can continue. 18 would mean what? Can I say 18 would mean 2 nines? This 24 would mean 8, 8, 8, nothing else. This 10 is 10. This is simple. And since this is already gone, but this would have been like that. Fine. And this is again 9, 9. So what you should generally do is that whenever you put something, just cross it from here. This is a good practice. So for example, we have done this. This is all gone. So not really relevant here, but you will put it like this, right? So what we know from this is that when you look at this, this is 1899. So what you know is that this 18 would be formed with this by putting 9 in 2 of these cells. This 24 would be formed by putting 8 in 3 of these cells. Likewise, this is going to be. Why? Because when A paid 18, then A paid to 2 people $9 each. When B paid 24, B paid to 3 people $8 each. So in 3 of these cells, we'll have 8. In one of these cells, one of these 3 will have 10. And in 2 of these cells, we'll have 9. Now, the question is, without doing hit and trial, how do you start filling it up? A general rule of thumb is that you start with extreme values. You start with values that are larger. You start values that are smaller. And another thing is that when you look at this, so for example, when you look at this, this is all open, right? This 7 is filled, but these are 4 cells open. Here it's 4 cells open. So if you have to start adding them up or do some hit and trial, you would always do it from the part in which there is some, some cells which are already finalized. So here, what we know is this is crossed. So whatever is left, this is 25 and 7 is already gone. So can I say, if I'll just write it for you here, how much is left? 25 minus 7 would be 18. So 18 is still left here. Now this 18 is left. I'm talking about this thing, this cells. This 18 can be formed in how many ways? What you know is that the only numbers possible for us are 7, 8, 9, 10. So this 18 can be formed Just in two ways. You can say 10 plus 8 or 9 plus 9. Is there any other way that 18 can be formed? Just think about it. This is 25. This is the sum here. This 7 is already there. So whatever has to come here in this cell, in this cell, and in this cell. These three cells, right? What is left now? 25 minus 7, 18. So this 18 has to be summed up using two of these cells. 3 se to ho nahi payega. Fine. Now this 18 can be formed in how many ways? I mean, if you look at this, can we do a 11 plus 7? Can we do a 12 plus 6? No. The reason is that any performer was paid only in these denominations. We already did it multiple times. The only two real options are, and I'm just going to write this for one of these, would be 10 plus 8 or 9 plus 9. You with me on this? This is the only real possibility. We cannot go beyond 10 if we make it 11 plus 7. Not possible, because we cannot pay in a denomination of 11. Now this 10 plus 8, 9 plus 9, it looks like two possibilities. But again, you look at the utility of crossing this cell. Since we crossed this cell here, where in this structure do you find a 10? I mean, if you look at this, where do you find a 10? The only possible 10 here is in this row of C, here, this 10. Now this 10, because this is already crossed, C did not watch this performance of S3. So this 10 cannot come here. So if this 10 cannot come here, so this is gone. This option is ruled out. If this option is ruled out, it has to be 9, 9. If this is 9, 9, fine. Can we say that we have to look at 9s from here and then fill it up? Now look at where can we find a 9. Is there a 9 available? Yes, the 9 is available. And that is the reason why I showed it to you in the form of 18. Fine. It clicks quickly. Look at this, 888. So is a 9 available here? Can we put a 9 here? No, a 9 cannot come here because no 9 is available here. This is anyways ruled out. Do we have a 9 here? Yes. So what is the only way it can be done? We pick a 9 from here and put it here. Here, nothing. So it will be crossed, and we pick a 9 from here and put it here. So how would it look like? This is 9 and this is 9. Now, can you see what has happened? This is 9 plus 9, 18 plus 7, 25. This adds up to 25. This is perfect. And what would this mean? This would be gone. This would be crossed. This would be crossed means this cell is crossed. It means what? That B did not watch the performance of S3. So C did not watch the performance of S3 that was given in the data. B also did not watch the performance of S3. So B, C both did not watch the performance of S3, and it's all added up here. Do you get this point? Baat samajh mein? This is the point from where we break this, and it then becomes very simple. Yes? Just say yes quickly and then we'll move forward. You finish it up. Ho jayega bas abhi jaldi se. Yeah, chalo, aage chalte hain. Let's close this then. Okay. Now with this, whenever we move a step forward, what do you look at? Especially in these grid kind of puzzles in which there are a lot of numbers involved, you'll feel like I can go here, I can look at this. Yes, that's a natural choice. We started with the one in which there was one cross. So this is a good choice. But look at this first. I mean, just before going in a mechanical way, just look at the grid and see if something is easier that is waiting for you to just bounce upon it. Yes, this one. Look at B. B is 24, 888. So 888 means you need to fill 3 8s. 8 3 times. Now this cell is gone. So where would you put 888? 888. Is there any other option? No. So it means what? This is gone, this is done, and this looks so simple. So it means what? This becomes 8, this becomes 8, and this becomes 8, and this is all closed. I'm teaching you this by crossing this here. This is, I mean, a simpler one, so it's not really required, so that it becomes a part of you. You should always do it like that. It becomes easier. When we put this 888 here, this becomes much simpler. I mean, if you look at this, this becomes much simpler. The reason is that when we put this 888, look at this, for example. This is 7. I'll not show you the complete calculation. This is 7, this is 8. How much is this? Look at this cell. 8 plus 7, 15. How much is this? 25. So 25 minus 15 is what? 10. Now 10 can be formed in how many ways? Just one. 7, 8, 9, 10 ke combination say, how can you form 10? Just one way, that you use 10 once. Now, can I put a 10 here? No, there is no 10 available here. In fact, I should cross this 9, one of these 9s as well. Why crossing? Because it was used here, and one of these 9s from here as well. Okay. Now tell me, can I put a 10 here? No, we cannot put a 10 here because 10 is not available here. Can I put a 10 here? Yes, it's available. Can I put a 10 here? No, again not available. So if I have to make this 25, 8 plus 7, 15 is already there. We have to make it 25, so we need a 10. So where can I get a 10? In this cell? No, not possible. In this cell? Not possible. The only possibility of putting a 10 here is this. So let me put this here. This becomes 10. And you can see that this 10 is gone. We cannot put any 10 anywhere else now. If this goes like that, these two cells are left, but what would they be? They would be crossed, obviously. They would be crossed because 25 is already done. So what that means is, if I put a cross here, this cross is gone, this cross is gone. What it means is that A did not watch the performance of S1, which was the second performance, and D also did not watch the performance of S1. And this adds up to 25 here. This becomes simpler now. When this is okay. Now this part here, if you look at this, this becomes quite simple in the sense this is how much. This is 8, 7, 15, this is 24. We have to put a 9 here. This is 8, this is 7, 15, this is 24. So 24 minus 8 plus 7, or 24 minus 15, this is 9. So can we put it here? No, there is no 9 available here. If it's written, it becomes easier. You know everything, but yes. So where is a 9 available here? Either this, but here it's crossed already. So if you have to put a 9 here, from where would you get a 9? You'll get a 9 from here. So you put a 9 here and you cross this and it's gone then. So I'll just pick this 9 from here and put this here and cross this. Fine. Can you see this then? 9 plus 8, 17 plus 7, this is 24, this is perfect. And if you want, you can cross this as well. The reason is that here you can just, and this guy paid just $10. So it was for the performance of S1. So you can basically say $10 is gone. So this has to be crossed. Fine. And what is left then? It is just, this is, in fact, this is also crossed because both the 9s are used. So this is crossed. And what is left? This is 8 plus 7 and another 9 here would come from this part. So pick that 9 from here and then this becomes 24. So that becomes your complete grid here. So this is 8 plus 9. This is 17 plus 7, 24. We've got everything done and we crossed it. So in a slightly tougher, in a slightly more complicated grid, this format comes in handy. Since we're learning, this is the first session, we'll gradually go a little higher in difficulty. These kind of things are going to help you. I mean, if you follow some good practices, it becomes easier for you, right? Did you understand this? Should we do the questions, guys? Completed this? Very good. So let me just mark the answer to the questions as well. Okay, whose act did C watch? This is question number 1. Whose act did C watch? So C watched the act, just one act. It was S1. S1 is option A. Okay. Whose act did B did not watch? B did not watch. So this is B. B watched everything. This one. Which act did B not watch? The first act, the act of S3. So this is S3, C. Okay, how much money in dollars did E spend on tickets? E spend on tickets. This is E, and this is 28. We had figured this out before making the grid itself. When we did this 1828, then also. So the answer would be $28 here. This is theta kind of question. Okay, and the last one, who did not watch the second act? We need 2 people. Second act is this. So don't get confused by S2. This is a very common confusion in these kind of questions. Not because you do not know, but because you get confused. S2 looks like the second act. No, second in order. You can say second. So who did not watch the second act? You can see A did not watch. You can find this cross here and you can find this cross here. So A did not watch the second act. The second act is S1 and D did not watch the second act. So A and D. So A and D would be option D here. And we got our 4 answers. Will be A, C, 28 and D. Yes, in fact, देखो अच्छा बुरा तो Harish, it's a very subjective term, but this is important. This was good because we are starting with quant-based puzzles. So quant-based puzzles means you have to get comfortable with numbers, grids, adding, subtracting numbers, making the sums follow those conditions that are given over there. So these kind of things, you start with sets like this, and trust me, it's not too difficult, it's not too easy, it's a middle level difficulty. These kind of sets do come. Looking at what came in CAT 25, this would be a little on the easier side, but the sets that did come in CAT were also not very difficult. You'll find all the solutions on this channel for CAT 25 LRDI sets. Go through them, you'll learn a lot through them. I always keep saying that when you're preparing for an exam, just make sure that you've seen the paper at the exam clearly. You should know what you're getting into. So that's going to add a lot of value to you. So do that, guys. You understood, Vanshika? Sabko samajh mein aa gaya? You're all good with this? Yes. So we'll meet tomorrow as well, guys. And I'll discuss another one with one-day puzzles. Okay, should we close the session, guys? Siddharth, if you're preparing on your own, then I would suggest that get a test series at least. Fine, because you would want exposure to a variety of questions. Plus, that also helps in honing your test taking skills. So, learning the concepts is one thing, but working on your test taking skills is another very important thing. So, for that, you need to get a test series. So, books and all, they're fine, but since the test series is a more dynamic thing, the online content, so it keeps getting updated according to the requirements of the exam. So get a test series that would fulfill your requirements of getting exam relevant content for LRDI. There are so many sets or so many puzzles that are there here on this channel. Just search for it. It'll, I mean, it'll not be just one piece of homework. Hundreds of them would be there. Do it, you'll find so many of them. I'll discuss another new one with you tomorrow in the evening at 7 o'clock. Right. Chalo, I'll close this session then. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. It's nice interacting with you. I'm going to discuss another set tomorrow. Thank you very much for your patience, for being with me. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye. Good night.